Okay, the last week we stopped at number 3. We'll continue here. So number 3 is Patikule Vasantiya Nama Antu Agi Bahi Na Nah Hari Tabo. That means this. So the tabo here, that means tabba. Tabba, that means this technically is a potential participle. Can you see the tabo is taking a nominative singular. So if you look at the sentences here, so the only things that appear as a subject is this one, agi. So agi is a noun ending with e. So this is a subject. And then this is the adjective. So that means this and this is GCN. This is GCN. So means if you start from this line, this is a subject. But however, normally in Pali, we usually will see locative. Most of the time, locative will appear in front of the sentences. So if you look at here, the Vasanti is a PRP. So if it's a verb form is Vasati. Vasati means live. So in this case, the Pati normally refers to a husband or a lord, but the word Kula normally refers to the family. So in this case, this is Pati Kula. It is a compound. That means a family of the husband, a family of the husband. In this case, is a so normally in locative absolute, the subject, normally the subject will be put into the subject normally will put in locative, and the verb is also locative. So there are two ways of doing it. So if you don't want to do it by locative, that means you should translate this. If you take this here, that means this is in. That means if you take here in, okay, family compound of husband. Okay. Then that means this one also the same case. That means in living. Right. So if you look at this line in the family of husband in living, is for you to string it up, is a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult for you to string up. So we use locative. So locative normally you put this when or while. So in this particular case, most of the time this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. So the verb become the subject. The verb become the subject. And then this is the subject. This verb become the subject. Because you look at this line, you cannot arrange it nicely except in this form. No? Except in this form. So living in a husband family. So this line, this is one of the exception, but it's still a locative because you apply when, but the only time the verb become the subject. The subject become still retained in the locative form. You retain in the locative form. Locative form. This is the only thing. And then the next line here, the word nama means by the nama normally you can translate by the name, okay, by name. But in this particular case, if you check the dictionary for nama, it's not necessarily by name, So what you do is you put the word nama need to enable the Pali, US and Pali. This is a Unicode. Otherwise, I cannot type the long A. Unicode, nama. Okay, nama. And you can see that nama can be indeclinable. Call by name. This is the one I mentioned by the name. Certainly and truly. In this case, it is indeclinable. So this is the one that we are looking at it. Certainly or truly. This is the one. So you have to check the dictionary. Otherwise, it is a big problem because by default, you think it's not like that. You see, there, certainly, this is a certainly. Okay. Because when you copy and then when you copy, you paste into Excel, you must put paste special, Otherwise, after paste special, you have to select Unicode text, then only it will come out in this, you get the long A. Otherwise, it will come out in a funny manner. So in this, okay, you put here, now here, the anto, that means this is going to be the next line, this is going to be the next line, because anto is inside, come from the word anta. So this is adjective to this. This is your subject. This is your subject, This is the subject. Then you see this is the potential participle. That means should. This should plus the na, that means should not. I put it here. Should not. Okay, should not. Can you see? This comes from the word ha. So should not, past participle should not be taken. Can you see this word? Bahi. Bahi means Bahi is outside. Bahi is outside. Bahi is outside, so they will be taken outside. So that means the internal fire should not be taken outside. So the internal fire means it is a kind of simile. That means whatever things happen in the family, quarrels or whatever, should not be taken out. Right. So up to this junction, can you see the two here? The two here, that means this is, because this is very long. So the number one, that means word by word, is up to here. So number two is up. Number two is this one. Number three is this one. Number four is this one. Then this is a translation. This is translation. So we already finish up to here already. That means line number one. Line number one. That means when living in a husband family, that means internal fire should not be taken outside. Should not be taken outside. That means we should not go.
Yeah. This one, Brother Alfred, is the advice from Bisaka's father to her when she married.
Correct. Okay, so the next line, here, then it says the next line is here. Okay, and this is Bahi Aga Anto. I mean, this is going to be the adjective. This is a fire, and it means here is, it means this is outside. This is this is what it says outside. Can you see here? Outside fire. Okay, and then outside fire. You understand? Outside fire. That means adjective. Outside fire. Okay, this is your subject. This is your adjective. Adjective, this is your subject. Okay, outside fire. Again, can you see the word tapo is should not be taken inside. This is but here the anto becomes the object. So this becomes the object. This becomes the object. So this is adjective, this is subject, this object should not be taken inside. So that means this is your verb. Should not is the verb. And then this one is your object. Remember, this is how you look at things. Okay. The next line is this one, you can see dadanta seva. So that means most likely, if you are not sure, if you look at it, that means this has to be some kind of a compound. So the breakdown is on top. So dadanta means is a present participle, and then you have tasa, and then you should have eva, not eva. Eva is the one. Of course, this is become this is the Eva. This is so you break it down. That means the word dadanta is giving. Dadanta is giving. So that means the word tase. Tase is come from the word ta. Ta is that. So ta that, then you decline become so, and then tase that means it's either dative or genitive. That means by him, by him, to him, or of him. So that is the possibility. Then you look at that means in this case it say you see and that means okay, should be given. You can see that means can you see the word here? Should be given. What that means the word subject, what should, so you ask yourself what should be given. The word what is not there. The word what is there. So the subject of things is not mentioned. You only see or you only see here is should be given. So is not the it is not shown. The it is not shown in your sentences. It may appear somewhere else. That means it is referred to the things things that you want to give should be given. The word eva means only. Okay, here given to him only. So in this case, the word him, the word tasa is him, to him, given to him. That means it should be given to him. Technically, if you look at here, it should be given to him. Your translation directly from this line is this one, should be given to him. But however, after that, this is rendering. This is rendering. So you may see the rendering and your translation slightly differ. That is not an issue. That is not an issue because what you need to render and translate is the meaning. Is the meaning. You can rearrange all your sentences according to what you see. Okay, this part. Okay. Then here is ad dan tase. That means this is na already. Should na, and then this line and this line is the same because this line and this line, one is there is a na here, then there's a na here, and here in this line it means here because we do not have the direct subject. So in this case so if you're going to translate to him, that means this is a masculine noun. This is to him, that means this is a masculine noun. But if you could put to those, this sounds better. This is more general. So to those means very general. That means it applies to everybody. Yeah, applies to everybody. So when you do translation, sometimes you do not. Sometimes most of the time you don't stick to him because this is more like a feminist. This is a feminist. So that means you're talking him. What about her? So when you say should apply to everybody and to those should not be given. So that's why we use the word to those. That is how the author prefer. So you get what I mean? Okay, in this case, so here the translation, that means it should be given to those who give. It should not be given to those who do not give. So that means technically this line and this line means this. But in life, there are peoples like that. You give to them, okay, no, they take. But they would not give you anything one. So here that means here, this one is referred to you see IBD part 1 397 is referred to here. This one is the Dhammapada commentary, and then commentary. So when you see this, you refer to this. So technically this is so that's why I put Dhammapada Ataka. Okay, that means part 1 397. This one is always refer back to this. Refer back to this. So any question on this? Okay. Okay. Now then I will move to the next line. The next line. So here there is a breakdown already lah. The word kita that means this is how it break down. Ni plus ha. This is a root. Sometimes because of the A, you put itaba. Normally it's like that. Because of the A, the ending with A. Let me do. Because of ni, 1 minute, ni hara plus E plus taba. That is how it comes about. Yeah, this one ni plus hara plus E plus taba, because this is going to take first what is it, conjugation harati. Harati. So first conjugation, because you see that this is the first conjugation. So you take away the T. When you take away the T, the base will be always hara. So when you hara, you put the taba, normally you use E. When there is A lah. So when you see hari taba, so that is how this come to be lah. All right. And then for this, okay, this is Pavis. Pavis, can you see the I is strengthened to A, and then you don't add E, you add A taba here in this here you, because here two consonant S and T, you add this is the one you add. A, pali A. Pali A in English means E. So this is how you go. All right. And if you look at the rule here, this is directly connected to the root. Directly connected to the root. Okay. All right. Any question on this? Now, I'm going to move to the next line, and the next line is a bit short. Okay, here, Sudasang, Waja, Manyesang. Manyesang. So that means this is a kind of a compound. Even you see a su in front, this is still a compound. This is a KD. Kamadaraya, because this is an adjective to this. The su. The word su it means sometimes translate as easy, sometimes and translate as good. Easy, good, what? Yeah. So you have to look at the verb here, because the verb here is this plus R, this plus R. The verb form is normally is DSAT. The verb form is normally DSAT. The noun form is become DASSA, dasang. So this is how it can become dasa. Dasa. That means easily to see. Easily to see, easily seen. Easily seen. So they become adjective, adjective and verb, easily seen. No doubt this may not be a participle. Okay, so this is all right. So this one, you can see that the word is waja plus here is, this is a bit difficult for you to spot, because here the M here, because this is A, this is A, then this M is inserted, and then this is Anya plus Esa. Esa, that means when you decline Esa, you get Esang, because the same, both of them is the same case. It's the same case, because waja is a neuter noun. Waja is a neuter noun. This neuter noun. Anya is a pronoun. Technically, this is a pronoun. It's a pronoun. So it ends with this. So what you do is you see so the word waja, that means the subject, the verb. So in others, because this is a compound. So in others, fall in other. Okay, fall in other. This is a compound, fall in other. Anya is other or another. You can look at this. Let's see, you look into the dictionary. Anya. So when you open up the dictionary, you will able to see is a pronoun, is another or other. And it also has another meaning called different, someone else, not own self. So you have to look at the dictionary and to determine which is the one that you're going to translate. So this one is your choice already. This is your choice already. So what happened? What happened is here, that means you can see, that means this one, the fall of other, and then you can see this one. So in this particular case, this is a GCN to this, So if this is a subject, if this is a subject as a neuter noun, this should be your adjective. This should be adjective. Okay. If this is an adjective, so normally when you want to connect to noun, which is in a nominative singular, normally you use this. You use this. So the fall in other, and then if you put is here, then is seen easily. This technically seen easily. This is a verb, and then this is an adverb. Fall in other, seen easily. You don't have to use this. Seen easily, you don't have to. That means this become your verb, and then it become adverb. You don't have to put is. But if you're going to put, the moment you're going to put is, because easy to see. So that means if you say the fall in other is easy to see, then you have this choice or this choice, depend. Easy to see or seen easily. It's up to you. That means you have two options of translating one line. Get it? Let me insert it. Insert the line, then it will be a lot clearer. Cut this, I put here. Paste. I do it escape first. My screen doesn't seem to respond. Okay, cut this. Okay, so this one we have to use this. The fall in other is easy to see. This, or the fall in other easily seen. Both also can. This is only a matter of how you arrange your word. Okay, now number two. So the word atano comes from the word atana. So atan. So technically, this is, it can be also a dative or genitive lah. Dative or genitive. So you see, pana is indeclinable. So this was easy, and then in this case is difficult to see lah. So that means so here the word pana here. So the word pana it become but. So this pana is but. Okay, but. Okay. So but so this one, okay, so this one and this one is still the same case. Is the same case. So it's still the same case. If you take nominative or accusative. Okay, so in this case, this is still a noun. Difficult seeing. Difficult seeings. Can you see the word atano? Own. Only own. Own. The wajah is not mentioned. The wajah is not mentioned. That means technically, own fault. The word wajah is already automatically understood. Pali usually may have things like that happen. It's difficult to see own. When we refer to own fault, you can see other fault. You cannot see own fault. This is. So your translation is up to you. How to you going to put. So this is all right. So at the end of the day, it's you rearrange because of there is no specifically a direct subject. You say it's easy to see own fault, easy to see the fault of other, but difficult to see own fault lah. So this is all rearranged lah. The moment you put it is already subject and verb. All these becomes adjective already. But our sentences is not like that. Our sentences is either subject or an object. But when you rearrange, you don't bother about how it comes out, how it comes out. As long as it makes sense, as long as your translation it makes sense, then it's good enough. Okay.
Brother Alfred,
Yeah.
sorry, the beginning of the sentence, the sudasa, the root is this, but then diseti is des because strengthen.
Yeah, there,
I is strengthened to e.
correct.
Yeah.
They say it is correct. Yeah, they say it is correct. It's a verb form. But this is not a verb, this is a noun. I tell you, this is a noun. This is noun. If by now you can see whenever there is a verb, there must be a noun. Pali, but some of the time we cannot see. We can see the verb, we cannot see the noun. But technically, they should have noun. They should have a noun and a verb coming from the same root. Same root one. Okay. Number 5. Okay. Sache. Ya, hoti. Okay. Pacanang. Okay. Doi, tua. Yagu. Okay. Upa. Name. Taba. You see, there is a taba. A taba. Just now also we talk about a taba. So in this particular case, so in this case, that means what we do is so we identify this as the subject. We identify this as a verb. Okay, then. So what we say, so the word 40 can be is, exist. Okay, so that means so I use this word first. If the group exists, exist means there is. That means this word, the word exist means there is. There is. Okay, we put it here. If there is room, that means you put because what I didn't want to do, there is because this is this, because there is a adverb. But there is a adverb. And then this is a verb. But however, this is a verb. So this is the form, but we just explain it only. If there is a group, okay, if there is a group, then the next line, can you see? You see the word it's a gerund, a gerund. A gerund, that means in this case, can you see having washed, having washed, and then this is the object, having washed the bowl. So in English, normally if and then normally they are interconnected in this particular. If there is a group, then wash the bowl. That word then is not in this line. This is what we insert. This is what we insert. Then we wash the bowl. Okay. Then the next line, can you see this is a subject, the group. Then can you this is a verb, potential partner. To be offered or should be offered is up to you, because this is a tapa is a potential to be offered. So in this case, I say I rather choose to be rather than should be. To be offered to be offered, because it's still a potential to be offered. You get what I mean? So whether you choose the word must be or should be, you decide lah. Must is meaning you must give lah. To be means potential, possibly that you give or you may not give. So this is how you use your verb. Should is also like the word should and must. Normally we use this as what you call it is potential possible. There is You heard of this potential of necessity, yeah? Potential of necessity. This is necessity, yeah? Must, should, potential. But normally, because we are talking about future potential participle, so this one seldom you come across potential of necessity. Must is a necessity. Should is a, so this is very rare type of translation. Because in English grammar, this is one of the potential of necessity. Right. Okay, never mind. We will go to the next line. Yeah, good. Okay. Now you see, this is subject, this is subject, this is object already. This is object. Because when you look at this, pitase. Okay. Can you see this one? Udakang datua. Okay. This one, if you look at this, okay. How does this come to be? How this come to be? It may appear to you is either dative or genitive case, but it is potential. No? Where is it? Space. Answer. Can you see? You know, this is the one. Pita. Pita, that means this is already past participle. Alright. Can you see this is a variant here? The variant here. A variant here. Okay, you look carefully. This a variant. You see now? Yagum pitase. So this is not variant, that means it's not common. This is not common. This is not common. Something is not common. That means, okay, we will go back to here. We go back to here. You see, here, that means here. So in this case, I stick to a past participle, because this is a past participle. I need the past participle. Okay, that means this is either dative or then when it okay. Here, if you look at here, that means here, this line, okay. Here is Katwa having gave water. Can you see a water? Okay, this is a water. Okay. And then can you see? Then here, this is the object. Grew for drinking. Or you can say because this and this is the same case. These two is the same case. That means this is the object. This is the same case. Okay. So if it's the same case, there is a possibility this and this you can put an N there. You can put N. That means in this case, the crew may not have anything only except the water. Except the water. In Chinese, yam chuk sui. Yam chuk sui, that means you only drinking the. So that means if this is an adjective to this, that means this is a chuk sui. Understand? So this one, this is, if this is translated as adjective, this is a chuk sui lah. Because the word here for drinking, having give something, so give for the water for to drink, or this can be the same. So this line is a little bit difficult to translate, but anyway, these are the possibility lah. So you can make it up for yourself lah. So the next line, this is a jarana. Jarana, name is here. Jaran, you see here, the jaran here is ka. That means this is having received. Having received what? This is a bajana. Bajana. Ini bajanang. So that means okay, having who, this is having, okay, what? So what we do, is we verify, that means we verify here how should we translate this? So we check the word bajana first, because normally arms bowl, it's not called bajana. This is very rare.
Normally it's pata. I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Mm.
Ba. It's a long A, I think. Ba. Okay. Ba. Ja, da. Normally it's like that lah. But you see,
But
so it says it's a bowl, a cup, or a vessel. Uh, So this one may not refer to the monastic bowl. Maybe it's just a general vessel, some kind of cups or something like that. Something
mm,
like that lah. So that's why he used this one. So that means because we don't know this one is talking to what. That means okay. So here that means so this is a bowl. This is having received a bowl. That means having received a bowl. Here, I will throw this down. We're going to cut this down. Copy. Cut. I put this down a bit. So here you say bowl. Bowl is an object. This the bowl is an object. Okay. Then this one you establish pati. Pati. Pati ga he toa. Then having. Okay. So we're going to see how we're going to phrase this. This we know that this is a gerund. So when you say pati ga ha. Can you see? So here in this case, this is a having taken, right? So
H.
here, so having taken the bowl, and then continue lah. Having taken, in this case, no need to. So what you do, you just take this and join into one line lah. Okay, then you put an end lah. You put something like that. It can indeed, no. Having taken and washed the bowl. Okay. So you can put line by line, having taken the bowl, and then you say wash the bowl. This is a lot easy for you to see. So this is how this is wash the bowl. Wash the bowl. Okay. So in this case, the word this is the run, wash the bowl. And then this is the interesting part. This is the interesting part. How are you going to figure out what should be the exact meaning of this line? Take away the tabang, easy. Patisam me takpe. Now, you look at it, should be set in order. Should be clear away, should be tidy up. So I'm going to paste it here. So should be set in order, should be clear away, should be tidy up. So I choose this word, must be kept properly. After you take the bowl, you wash it and then you put it in a respective place lah. That means technically, I think the translation must be kept properly. That is of course your dictionary will give you set in order lah, clear away lah, whatever. But I think the meaning should be like that lah. You understand? So there is no direct hit one. Sometimes the translation not directly. You have to choose your word carefully. Carefully. Okay. Now, you see here, this one store away. Okay, this one, this is another translation, store away. I think this is still okay. Store away is okay. Because this is the verb that can be translated in this way, or you take the meaning in this way, or the one I choose is this one lah. So this is my choice lah. You have your style, you should have the moment you think it should be like that, you translate. So nobody will say you wrong one now because Pali are too flexible. Too flexible. All right. Any question on this? So the translation are more or less at the end of the day, if we do it like that, that means you take word, but this is a word by word. That means Pali, English, Pali, English. Then you rearrange, rearrange subject, verb, object. And then you're able to figure out more or less the meaning already, except some of the hard word lah, like this one, the hard word, then some of this hard word, and then hard word. Once you get your meaning, then you should able to translate already. You may not get exactly like the book. Yeah, you are okay, You're okay. As long as you build up your structure of aligning and putting the respective meaning in English, this is good enough. You don't expect everybody to get it perfect one. Okay, I'm going to move to the next slide. The next slide. Next slide. Because now, so it's from now, it's all most of them is either sutta or commentary. And then if you can do this, 80-90%, you're very good already. 90-80% is very good already. Okay, now. Kala seva, Vuttaya, okay, Upahana, okay, O Muncitwa, okay, this is the next line. Tanta Katang, okay, Datapang, and then the next line, okay, Muko Dakang, then Datapang, okay, this is Asanang, Apanya Pe Tapang. And now you either say A Tapang or E Tapang or A Tapang, this is this is this direct to okay. So what we do is okay. This is a gerund. This is a V. V. This is a V plus the word ta plus this plus ta. This is a gerund. So this one that will change it to wu. Wu. Okay. This is a prefix. This is a prefix. No, this is a prefix. This is
Fix.
this is a prefix. This is ava plus, I think ava plus mut. Either mut or moon. Moon. Mut. I think it's mut. Mut, because this is a second conjugation. M plus, if I'm not mistaken, is plus M underscore
Correct,
so this
correct.
is so underscore so this is so second conjugation. So should be mood. And then okay. So what you do, all right. So in this case, we look at this line until the gerund. Okay, gerund. First thing what you need to do, you type S for the subject. Cannot see, you leave it blank, You cannot see, you leave it blank. After you leave it blank, then you know this is a gerund. So this is a verb. So the verb means having a remove, having remove. No. This one first. This is a first gerund. This is the first. It means having risen up. Then I put rose. So in this case, can you see here? In this case, normally a gerund will take an object, but however, in this case, the word kala is time. Kala is a time. So this is one of the exception you will see that you do your exercise. Can you see? Can you see the word? Kala seva, very early in the morning. So very early in the morning. Very early in the morning. I'll put it here. Very early in the morning. So what I do, I just put rose up early. So this one you can put early in the morning or whatever. So rose up. Okay, this is the first verb. So rose up early. So the word early is an adverb. This is rose up early is adverb. Adverb, normally there are certain adverb you don't have to put a verb. Like for instance, walk quickly, verb and adverb. So in this case, rose up early, this is a verb plus early is an adverb. Okay, the next round, you take this one. So the next round, that means this one, can you see second line? Remove what? Upahana. This is sandal. Remove the sandal. That is your object. Now here, the next line. Danta katang. Danta katang. Can you see danta katang? Danta is the tooth. Danta. Danta is the tooth. So this is a compound. Danta plus the word katang. So if you look into dictionary, it will refers to a toothbrush. But anyway, we can just determine it danta katang. No problem. Just go a little bit slow, that's all. You can see, danta plus at. Last time, it's very difficult to teach NPC2 or translate, sutta, because it's very difficult for you to break the compound. With this digital Pali dictionary, it makes a lot of things easier. And you don't have to do so many research. You put it in, most of the time it break down for you the compound. So it makes teaching and study a lot less stressful. Less stressful. Don't say it's really stressful. You want to teach, you really have to really know a lot of stuff. Now it's a lot easier already. Okay, so what you do is, so here, names are here. Can you see here? Okay, can you see here? So in this case, this is a neuter now. So neuter now, because that just now, you see carefully, it's a neuter. So a neuter now, ending with a neuter now, when it's ending this, this one can be your subject or your object. Yeah, it can be a sub-object. So in this case, this is a potential. So when this is a potential, this has to be the subject. Understand? This has to be the subject. So in this case, technically, it means here. When I do also sometimes I never check my my posting one. Now only I correct it. Right, toothbrush should be given. So subject and verb. So subject. Toothbrush is bigger name. Okay, this line, okay, this is subject. So this is subject. So we go to the next line. So the next line is mukodakang. So it's actually is muka plus udaka. So this is a sandhi. A plus U become O. Highlight to you, A plus U become O. This is a sandhi. A plus U become O. All right, okay. So I mean, in this case, databang, that means this is your potential. Okay, should be given. Can you see? Should be given. Can you see this one? Water and water. Can you see? This is water, this is space. Water for face. So I put it directly water for face. Water for face. So technically it means water for washing the face. Water. So you have water for washing the face. Understand lah. This is under the water for the face is under water for. Okay, now this part is okay already. And then okay, can you see the word is asanang? So this is asanang. So it's a neuter now. It can be this one. Subject or object. So in this case, patabang. That means in this case, this should be the subject. Can you see? seat. This is a seat. So it's up to you to be prepared or should be given. It's up to you. So in this case, I took to be prepared because this is a participle rather than a participle of necessity. So now I'm going to tell you that. So should means it's a necessity. So I'm going to use to be prepared. So the choice is between these participle. Okay, that means to be. This is potential. This is potential. Should and must is necessity. Okay. So this past participle can be used to be, or it can be used in this way. Should and must. Necessity. Necessity. Spelling correct. Okay. All right. So this technically this is not a problem. The only thing I'm highlighting is this one. Yeah. Having risen up early, having removed the sandal. I don't know why you sleep with the sandal. No, it doesn't. It doesn't appear correctly. I think it's having risen up early, took the sandal, took the sandal, took the sandal, took the sandal,
So I
toothbrush.
think having removed the sandal, right? Not take. Is take.
Because are you going to sleep with your sandal on? Having because
Having
this
the having
remove
risen up, no, having risen up, that means he lại腰then thân
ah
uế.
remove here say remove no, you say is remove so this is naming technically this is not correct this is not the correct, so you should take that means after you key then you look for your sender and took the sender lah. So I think it's not remove no. So this one I think even here is remove no. You look at it, there is sometimes so if you feel that it is not so correct the logic then we change it lah. We change it you see this is why I'm trying to help you to figure out how to sort out things lah. You cannot be see not you see having taken off having removed no. So if you look at the dictionary, it means one thing, but when you look at the logic, that means this one, it should mean having, that means you wake up, then you go look for your sandal, took your sandal, and took your toothbrush, and then the water for to wash your face or mouth, whatever, and then the seat to be prepared for it, something like that. So this one is, you can change it if you don't see the logic, you change it accordingly. All right. So here is something like that. No, something like that. So we change to this one. Okay, we move to the next line. We move to the next line. Okay, this one very often you see nahang. Nahang is not plus ahang. Normally it's like that. Nahang. So the word na here, it should take verb. This na should take a verb. So the na must appear to here. Na plus this verb. Na plus verb or na plus. So in this case, because why this word take this one? Because this is ahang, and then this is also, this is a first person. So that means this na belongs to this. That means here is ahang is I, and then here na is do not. What dummy is say I do not say. Follow this one is take here the na here take this one. Even though it may be far away, but you have to really look at this here. Okay, now subject verb and object. So object in this case you can see ending with negahita tam. That means this is can be accusative. This is also accusative. This also accusative. This is also accusative. So we take the front one first. Okay. So in this case, this and this should be the adjective today. I do not say this and that means this is a neuter noun. It or this because That ta. Normally in English you say ta. Sorry, ta equal to that. But in English, sometimes you don't say that and you say like say that and so in this case, if you this plus this, you say that and that and. Often during the translation, say this and. This is not a problem. This is frequently do like that. So you don't say, oh, that ta is that. But the translation this, no, it sounds in this way. That and this is a interchange in Pali. So that means in here, say this and rather than that and. So can you see this is an adjective to the this is the end. Can you see of the world? Of the world. Okay, can you then this is a instrumental by going or by driving lah. Okay, by driving okay, driving. So that okay, followed by the next line follow the next line. The next line is also now. Can you see so the object of this the object that means this is the whole line, the end of the world and the end of the world is the end of the world. Now, can you see the word nya plus ayya? Remember potential that day the here ayya. Let me see where is the ayya. uh when the root got a vowel, you have to put where's ayya. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Can you see this is the one 145. Itcher plus TAYYA is added to a form a limited number that means in this case here nya plus this. What should be known what should be known. So here this is a potential what should be known. Normally our potential participle will know that tapa all the time is tapa and aniya. So but in this case we have this plus EYYA. All of these are EYYA plus just a YA plus a YA. Can you see this is just plus and a YA? All these are potential participle. In book 1, it's only 2 of that. In book 2, you have more potential participle. Yeah, I am very. Yeah. Okay, in this case, can you see here? Should be known. Can you see this is should be known? This one also potential participle. Should be seen. This one should be attained. Should be attained. So I put in one line. Should be known, seen, and attained. Okay, now. So how to connect this object to this object? Because this one is an adjective to this. This is an adjective to this. Okay, adjective to this. Okay. So that means you have the object in it. I do not say this end of the world by traveling. So in this case, if you put should, perhaps you may want to change to this. Could be known and seen. So this is talking about could you can change it to could so there could be known and seen could that means possible. This is also a potential participle could should is necessity, so you can change it to could. Or if you don't want it to be seen you change it to be seen. Should is not correct not correct because this story is talking about a man who got a psychic power. He used his psychic power to travel to find where is the end of the world, he cannot find. So that's why it's by going and traveling. He's traveling, except only during his meal time. He stop and he take his meal. After that, he keep on using his psychic power and fly around. And then the Buddha says the end of the world is within all your five senses. Okay, you get what I mean? So when you see something like that, object, that means it's an adjective. Connect to it. So in this case, the end of the world, you perhaps you may want to use the end of the world wish to be something like that lah. You have I'm giving a suggestion because there is no rule to say that you must translate in this way. So if this thing makes sense to you, logic, you accept. Otherwise, you don't accept. You find your way of translation. So it's very hard one. So yeah, so this is how it goes. You can put something like that. So this is all the new ideas that you try to read from the book, you cannot get. This is what I suggest, and I give you my view of how the translation can be done. Okay, so you see, I don't say that this end of the world should be known, seen, by going there lah, or something like that lah. All right, you can understand. This is a final translation lah, so I think you can make it up of it lah. Any comment on this? Okay, now no so I move. Okay,
Excuse me, Brother Alfred. Thank you
yeah,
very much. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
yeah. It's really difficult. You can see if you do exercise, you see the translation really open up with a lot of options. And whenever you do exercise, you never come up. Most of the time, you seldom come across the translation exactly the same, but it's still got some. Okay, number 8, punyang. Okay, this is a punyang. Punyang this is a neuter noun. So we take as a subject, verb, object. So we look around here. Is there any this is still a verb? There is yeah, this is a verb. This is a present participle. So in this case, we say you see not here like that merits by wishing. So object verb no already merit by wishing. Then the next line again here. Can you see here? Okay, Deyang in that means this is a potential. What should be given? What should be given? That means in order to do a merit, you must give something lah. What to be given and something be given. So in this case, because it didn't mention things, what are the things? So things that means like food. Normally in sutta it's got food lah, shelter lah, water lah, medicine lah, you know. Did I spell correct? The four requisite lah: food, shelter, water, medicine, and shelter is lodging lah. Food and your rope. These are the thing lah. These are the thing These are the four requisite lah. So that means when you put what should be given, these are the thing lah. You refer to things lah. Yeah, things, all these things Then you see then is then the word is can you see this is a PRP You must know PRP because if this word is a Vijanata NTA So NTA when you decline this is your this is I do a declension for you to see it's a lot easy for you to figure out because sometimes you see like that you thought it's a PPP, it's not a PPP. So you have to check dictionary. Certain word you're not sure, you must check. This dictionary is helpful. This dictionary is helpful. Without this I tell you very difficult. You see PRP can you see nya there, the nya there. duplicate tunya, then this is also when you do a declension. See here, this is the one. This is one of them is here, masculine. You also can see instrumental also. This is one. You can see ablative. So you have to decide 1, 2, 3 in this plural, instrumental, ablative. So this one can be sorted out by looking at the verb form. So here what we do, okay, PRP, you can see C1 plural, C3 and C5. Okay. Okay. Here, 1, 2, 3. Can you see? By knowing. Okay. That means married. This is here, married by wishing. Can you get married by wishing? Perhaps no. Married by what should be given is by knowing. So in this case, that means this is, if you know what, anything you give, you definitely get married. Anything you give me married, as long as it's a dana. Dana means dana. Dana means give lah. Dana is give. Okay. A gift is a dana. Then the intention must come in, chetana. Chetana must give in. Chetana means your intention. 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 Chetana is intention. Okay. So your intention can be your intention can be a bad intention. For instance, a Polish cashier, you also give. So that is wait, the time you give is because you want to bribe. So there is a bribery. Bribe is the intention, because the chetana your bribe, because you bribe, you want to get away, you give. Okay. You also give when the robber put a knife near that means fear. You also that is also intention, because there is a fear arises. You also give. All right. But when you give, knowing that is good. Knowing in this case, they say by knowing that it is good, give. It's good to give. This is by knowing. So this too is not. It's good to give. That is why it's trying to say. Okay. We do number 9. We do the number 9. Okay. Maha Samute Asangkeya. Okay. And then this is Matcha Kacapa. Okay. Apameyo. And then okay. Udaka Kando Che Atiya. All right. So what you do is if you see a line something like that, something like that, that means you can see. That means this is a long A here. This is a long A here. And then you see an O here, and then you see an O here. O here and O here. So in this case, okay. All right. So just this is ati. Normally when you see the word ati, straight hoti we seldom put there is, ati definitely you're going to put because ati and hoti is the same, because the root is as and then become this one. This one is as, and then the word gu change to fu. Gu fu. This is as. Ati from as. Gu is to be. This drop the b become fu. So this is also a verb to be. This is also a verb to be. Normally we will translate this as there is. So there is. So you will look at here. This is technically this is going to the subject. This is in the subject. So the moment you put this, there is, okay, this is an adjective. Apameyo, this is adjective. Apameyo, names apameyo in apameyo, names this is in numeral. Okay, you can see this line. Okay, so in numeral, okay. So what we do, can you see this two? Matcha is fish, kachapa is turtle. So this is an adjective to this. So you can see an adjective to this. And then this is subject. This is also subject. So I put Anna. Okay. And there is a immeasurable, technically there is immeasurable mass. Kando is a mass of water. This is a compound. Okay, tapurisa, compound. Okay, so this is an adjective. Can you see? And then this is I tell you, locative always appear in front one. You see locative in front one. That means in the great ocean. Most of the time, if you do your exercise and then you pay attention, so in the great ocean. So this is how you do lah. So you can choose to put here. You can choose to put this here. You see, this is subject. This here, you see, this is innumerable fish and turtle, and innumerable. This one no need to put. A mass of water exists in the great ocean. You cannot put is already. So there's two way of rearranging. Better to put this. There is. It's a lot easy. You may want to stick in this way in the great ocean. Same like that. In the great ocean, there is a great mass of water and there are innumerable fish and turtle. What does this says? What does this says? But I think turtle is not so much compared to fish. Not compare. Fish is a lot. Turtle, I think less. Turtle is less. So that means what he's trying to say, a lot of human being take rebirth here. So most of the time you end up in a fish world, animals world, insect world. There is abundant of it. So to make it into the Deva world is very difficult. To make it back into human world is. So you remember the simile of the blind turtle. The blind turtle, that means every don't know how many 100 years is a phase, and then there is what you call it, the a yoke floating in the Great Sea, as it's been blown from the east to the west, north to the south. 100 years, the blind turtle will pop up his head. What is the chance of putting the head into the yoke? Is very slim. So that means to be the rebirth as a human being of Devas is very tough. So that's why they says that there are a lot of other things like fish, turtle, insects, and etc. lah. Okay, let me move to the last one. Last one. After that, you can ask. Okay. Tam Sutwa Itaro. So this one is Itaro. Okay. Bariyam Watta Me Sasikang. Okay. This is can you see there is Ananu Chavikam Kamang. Then this is Katang. Katang, this is Nikahita because of the T. And Baha. Yeah, this is interchange. Y and H is interchange. This is GAH interchange. This is okay. Then this is PRP. Can you see? And go. This is a subject. All right. What to do? Can you see? Now, this is an adjective. Adjective. So normally an adjective in your dictionary, Taro is adjective. Others. Okay. So others. Others. And this is Jaran. Having heard. It. Can you see? It. Why you it so here it why you put the two dot here? The two dot here is this one. The two dot is because of this it. It's supposed to open a quotation. that means you're supposed to open the quotation. So you put a two dot. So then you put a two dot. You can, after the two dot, you can open the quotation because of this ET. It's not the ET here, no, it's ET in between. So this is a quotation. So here, so this part is done. Can you see? Wata, wata is indeed. Can you see the wata is indeed? Now, so now we have to establish what is bariyang, sahasikang, okay, and then come to this. Can you see that this is a neuter noun? Kamang. So kamang, that means kamang, and then followed by this katang. Katang is a past participle. Past participle. Okay, past participle. So are you going to determine that whether this is subject or object? Object. Right. So if you look, if this is your subject, that means this line here should be that means the subject is still continuing. That means this has to be the object because the word done. Okay. Other, that means this is the subject, other, katang, dan, okay, this, kama, and this, that means this is your translation. And this is all the way 1, 2, 3 adjective to the word kama. So in this case, to connect accusative, all the you put which is, that means this is the connection. Which is, can you see this word is bariyang, serious. Okay, sahasikang. This is, that means is hastily. And then this is there's na there, anu cha vika. So that means inappropriate. Appropriate. And then the word may here is come from the word ahang. That means in this case it should be instrumental. By me, something which is inappropriate, serious by me. So this is how you put in the respective line. So here the next line here, can you see the word is okay, can you see this is a present participle. Present participle, this one is a gerund. So we take a gerund here. The gerund here, let me see here. Can you see the word baha is a shoulder. So here is having held shoulder. So technically, the word my shoulder come from this word. By me, see, this one by me, maybe this the word mine come from this. So I put who have, because I do not see the direct subject yet. Having held my shoulder. Who is having held my shoulder? Okay. And then here is was this is a past tense plus this one was crying. So I put who. So technically, that means you. Okay. Who is crying? So this one because you have to ask who, what, and then in order to establish your translation, because you cannot see. But if you have few other line, you straight away can establish. Okay. So your final translation, you can see having heard this, the other one, threw up their arms and cried. That means is others. Here it is. I already draw a line. Other. So, but they rearrange in such a way that this goes on in between. That means having heard first, then followed by this one. This is something like throw up their arm. I think it's hugging, something like it's hugging. This is like hugging each other. But we do not see this. It's very hard. So you cannot put hugging each other. Or, you wrap. So hugging when you hug, it means you hug using your arm. And then after that, was crying. Cry lah. With a past tense. Okay. Then you make, because this is a verb. Whenever there is a quotation, you remember that it must, before a quotation, there must be heard and proclaim or say or something, So that means in this case, you do not see the word say. But while crying, while you crying, you mention this lah. Cry and mention, oh, serious and hasty inappropriate action that was done by me. That means in this case, the word is saying, saying, or something like that lah. So you can understand. You cry and say something. So this the word cry is like that lah. Okay, we are done for today. Any tomorrow? No class. Tomorrow no class. Okay, so going to